So I figure last show of the year, Lewis, we should do our New Year's resolutions for the show for 2014. Not everything I'll go into full detail about, but here's some things. Over 2013, we received a lot of criticism for not taking seriously conspiracy theories. And then even sometimes people saying, listen, it's not about believing the crazy conspiracies, but you've got to be more open to alternatives to the official story. So one David Pakman show, 2014 New Year's resolution is, we're going to try to be more open to alternatives to the official story. We are not going to be a conspiracy theory show. Believe me, it is going to be a very nuanced change, but we are going to be less immediately dismissive of alternatives to the official stories. And hopefully, Lewis, this will lead to more specifically and critically analyzing these alternative stories and maybe getting closer to a decision as to whether they're viable stories or not.
Yeah, oftentimes we would just write off some of these alternative stories,
Right,
or just very briefly go over them. But if we want to get into detail, perhaps that will, I don't know, make for a more compelling segment.
we'll try to do that. We are going to actively try to get more female guests on the show. There's a lot written about how, in general, television and political news shows are dominated by male guests. And being on the booking side of it, we try pretty hard, Lewis, to regularly balance the number of male and female guests. But when you look at the guest booking services, the PR houses, etc., by and large, they are trying to book male guests. So you really are swimming upstream when proactively booking female guests. I think we do an okay job with it, but I want to do a much better job with it in 2014. And I don't think that that'll be a challenge, Lewis, if we really put our heads together and really focus on having great female guests. We've had many of them on this program, and we want to have more.
It seems doable. I don't see why that would be difficult.
We will continue to cover science and technology, and I would like to expand our coverage of science and technology, and some of the announcements to come in 2014, which I can't tell you yet, will allow for that. I also want to change the language around some terms, including abortion. I'm going to talk about this on our first show of 2014. I'm making a New Year's resolution that we will change how we refer to the two sides around the abortion debate. So stay tuned for that. And also, Lewis, this relates to something earlier today. I really want to, I don't know what I can even do about this, but I'm going to do everything I can to try to be able to have reasonable conversations around the topic of Israel and Palestine that don't devolve into we are, well, let me take a step back, that aren't seen as simply, oh, he's Jewish, so he's pro-Israel, or, oh, he's liberal, so he's against Israel, and that if you're conservative, you must be for Israel, and that if you're liberal, you must be against it, in these kind of abstract terms. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, Lewis, but I really think that this is an issue that progressives need to take back in a reasonable way in the U.S. and take the story, take the entire narrative back from the left-right dichotomy that exists. Israel good, Israel evil.
Yeah, it is a very polarized issue. And if things get worse, I would expect the polarization to get even worse. And then people will, of course, be even more critical of how we report on things.
I think you're probably right. So those are the ones I came up with. Lewis, what are your 2014 resolutions, either for the show or personally? I give you the floor.
I have never had a New Year's resolution. I've never done that. It's never been a part of my routine.
Yeah, to be honest, I never have either personally. I just thought for the show we would do something.
For the show, I don't know. I guess I will try to have even more interesting bonus show material.
There
How
you
about
go.
that?
All right, that's pretty good. Lewis, of course, hosting and producing the bonus show, which happens every day after the regular show. That's good, Lewis. All right, that's very good. So there it is, New Year's resolutions 2014 for the show.